When you're totally vibing with this amazing new woman you recently met. The chemistry is electric, the conversation crackles with life. She's totally into you, constantly initiating flirty banter, suggesting future date ideas, even dropping a few heated hints about taking things to the next level soon. You're on cloud 9, already fantasizing about being her man officially. That is, until she goes radio silent out of nowhere. Text ignored, call straight to voicemail. She's vanished without a trace. Just when you were about to lose all hope, she suddenly resurfaces with a vague excuse for her absence. I've just been so busy with work and family stuff, you know how it is. She's the picture of innocence, acting like her ghost stint never happened. And like a stooge, you accept her excuse and bask in her intoxicating presence again. The hot and heavy flirting and innuendo picks up right where you left off. You're hooked once more, relieved she came back to you. Then just as quickly, she disappears again. No warning, no explanation. Just poof. Gone girl. What the heck is going on here? Is she just playing silly games? Or is there something more sinister at play? If this hot and cold dynamic of pursuit and distancing sounds all too familiar, chances are you've been caught in the toxic cycle of intermittent reinforcement. One moment she showers you with interest and affection. The next, she freezes you out as if you're a total stranger. It's mental and emotional chaos. One day, you feel on top of the world, positive she's finally the one who truly gets you. Then her inexplicable distancing triggers pangs of anxiety, self-doubt and insecurity all over again. Just when you had opened up and felt secure, the rug gets ripped out mercilessly. The constant push-pull is designed to keep you hooked and invested while slowly eroding your boundaries and self-esteem. And more often than not, this toxic behavior stems from deep-rooted personal issues and unhealthy coping mechanisms of the hot/cold person themselves. So what do you do when you recognize these manipulative mind games? How can you avoid getting sucked into the emotional tornadoes of toxic people? And perhaps most importantly, how can you turn the tables and regain your power? In this thought-provoking video, you'll learn the most common signs that she's testing your boundaries through calculated pursuit and distancing phases. And I'll also share empowering mindsets and communication strategies to maintain your self-respect without appearing bitter or needy. With the right blend of compassion and assertiveness, you can inspire healthier relating and stop this toxic pattern in its tracks. No more falling for manipulative mind games that leave you mentally and emotionally drained. Take your power back, know your worth, and start creating the intimate connection you truly deserve. The path to liberating self-love begins now. The toxic cycle explained. If this hot and cold dynamic of pursuit and distancing sounds all too familiar, chances are you've been caught in the toxic cycle of intermittent reinforcement. One moment she showers you with interest and affection. The next, she freezes you out as if you're a total stranger. It's mental and emotional chaos. One day, you feel on top of the world, positive she's finally the one who truly gets you. Then her inexplicable distancing triggers pangs of anxiety, self-doubt and insecurity all over again. Just when you had opened up and felt secure, the rug gets ripped out mercilessly. The constant push-pull is designed to keep you hooked and invested while slowly eroding your boundaries and self-esteem. And more often than not, this toxic behavior stems from deep-rooted personal issues and unhealthy coping mechanisms of the hot/cold person themselves. The psychology behind hot/cold behavior. So what drives people, particularly women, to behave in such a manipulative hot and cold manner? There can be several underlying factors. Insecurity/need for validation. Many hot/cold players are colloquially referred to as narcissistic supply addicts. They crave constant external validation and attention due to deep insecurities. When you give them the high they crave through your adoration, they inevitably retreat out of fear of intimacy. Inability to communicate needs. Some simply lack the self-awareness or tools to communicate their shifting wants and needs in a relationship. Rather than voice their feelings constructively, they resort to distancing as a way to self-soothe and reset. Testing your boundaries. In some cases, the hot/cold dynamic is a calculated way to test how much you'll tolerate before enforcing your boundaries. If you allow the mistreatment, it signals you may accept future poor behavior. avoiding vulnerability. By creating relentless instability, the hot/cold person prevents vulnerability and emotional intimacy. They never feel close enough to getting hurt, since you're frequently pulled back to square one. Signs you're being played. So how can you tell if your hot/cold romantic interest is a toxic game player or just someone struggling with personal issues? Watch for these key signs. 1. The distancing is punishment, not natural behavior. When they pull away, there's no life circumstance like work stress to justify it. It's a calculated reaction, usually to some perceived slight, in order to make you pursue them. 2. They provoke jealousy deliberately. During the cold phase, they'll post flirty pictures with others on social media or make comments about dating other prospects. It's a transparent attempt to reel you back in with jealousy. 3. They use your insecurities against you. When confronted about their behavior, they'll sidestep and criticize insecure aspects of yourself to make you question reality and reapproach them from a self-doubting frame. A classic manipulation tactic. 4. They blame you for their distancing. After freezing you out, they'll actually make you feel at fault for their pulling away. I pull away sometimes when a guy comes on too strong. It maintains their victim perception and superiority over you. 5. They swing between idealization and devaluation. One day you're the best thing since sliced bread and put on a pedestal. The next, you're discarded and made to feel worthless. This serves to induce constant insecurity and walking on eggshells around them. Empowered mindsets to respond. Once you can see the hot/cold cycle clearly, you must disengage from the toxic dynamic. Here are some empowering mindsets to help. Know your worth. You deserve consistent love, not crumbs of attention to boost an insecure person's ego. Prioritize self-love over toxic romantic validation. You being enough can't be dictated by flaky behavior. Cultivate abundance mentality. Know there are plenty of self-secure, available people worth pursuing. Don't settle for disrespect. Practice detachment. Stop placing your emotional reality in the hands of this inconsistent person. Stay grounded in yourself. Take the high road. Don't match their pettiness or manipulative methods like tit for tat. Show class in how you disengage. At the end of the day, you can't control a hot/cold person's issues and behavior, but you can control how you choose to respond to that behavior with self-respect and empowered boundaries. Communicating needs before leaving. Of course, not every hot/cold situation is malicious in nature. In cases where the person clearly struggles with communication or insecurity problems, you may wish to extend compassion one last time. By communicating your needs and boundaries assertively yet kindly, you allow a window for course correction. Something like, "I really care about you and our connection. However, this pattern of hot and cold behavior where you distract one moment and freeze me out the next is eroding my self-esteem and boundaries. I understand you may have valid personal reasons for behaving that way, but it's not sustainable for me. If you're truly interested in continuing our romantic journey, I need us to get on the same page about creating safety, stability, and intimacy through open communication. No more silent treatments or petty punishments. Let's air our feelings like adults and resolve issues constructively. If consistent love and respect aren't possible for you at this stage, I unfortunately need to walk away to preserve my emotional well-being. I hope you'll work through whatever personal battles you're facing, but I can no longer be collateral damage for your healing process. You deserve love too, which is why I'm prioritizing my needs right now." If delivered with compassion and not anger, the right person will be inspired to recommit and show up more consistently. If not, you've kept the high road and self-love wins again. Dating is hard enough without mind games sabotaging your self-worth and boundaries. By recognizing toxic hot/cold patterns early and responding with steadfast self-love, you can prevent a roller coaster sapping your energy. Whether the hot/cold cycle stems from maliciousness or deep insecurity, you owe it to yourself to break the spell of intermittent reinforcement keeping you trapped. Know your worth. Communicate your needs. And surround yourself only with those who consistently show up with open arms and an open heart, not manipulative games. A secure, available partner is out there for all of us, no exceptions required. So take your power back. Define healthy relating from the start. Because only when we love ourselves fully can we attract the same unconditional love in return. Like this video? Let me know in the comments. Your thoughts and feedback keep me going. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Want to show some extra love? Consider a super thanks. Every bit helps keep the channel growing. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.